Hello friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirits, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, beautiful viewers. If you're returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so grateful and so appreciative of you joining me again today. And if you are new, welcome to this channel. You guys are all very welcome and safe in this space with me today. So we're going to be doing a pick a card reading, and we're going to be asking Spirit for a very specific instruction here as to what you can do specifically to get something to move forward or to attain whatever it is that you're trying to attain or accomplish. So first card coming out for option 1, Spirit, clear and concise message here for the viewer in regards to specific instruction as to what they can do right here, right now, to attain what it is that they're wanting to attain or to help to move a situation forward. Thank you so much, spirits. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, viewer, for allowing me to tap into your energy today. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. All right, so we have 3 options to choose from. I'm going to pull some charms as well and reveal these cards. Now, if you at any point are intuitively guided to any one of these cards, you can select from the timestamp in the description box, and in the pinned comment below will take you directly to your pick. We have 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to flip these over, and then we will also be pulling some charms for those of you guys needing extra guidance. As usual, I am here to help develop and support your intuition. So please use your intuition to what you will see, feel, or hear at any point that will confirm to you that indeed this is your message, because I cannot tell you whether or not you have clicked to the right pile. That is something you'll need to tap into on your own. All right, so for pile number 1, we have number 3 with grandmother of love, granddaughter of life. Grandmother of love, granddaughter of life. Beautiful, lots of blue. Number 3. For option 2, we have number 26. She rides with wild spirit unbroken. Or number 8, reduced. She rides with wild spirit unbroken. And for option 3, we have number 23, anchor to fly. Anchor to fly. Wow, okay, 3 options. Let us pull your charms. For option 1, spirits, can we get a charm for the reading? We have this beautiful heart with a bunch of scrolls. Beautiful. Option 2, we have this beautiful bug. I'm not sure what type of bug it is, but we got a beautiful bug here. Okay, and for option 3, we have this rabbit, and it's standing on its hind legs. Kind of like a humanoid type rabbit. Okay, so take a look at these 3 options. You will be guided towards one of these with your intuition. If you are pulled to multiple piles, that's absolutely fine. It just means that there might be multiple messages here in regards to your situation or what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And I will leave the video running here, so take as much time as you're needing, and I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, my beautiful. Option number 1, you picked the grandmother of love, granddaughter of life. Number 3, and the heart charm. And what I heard really loud was follow your heart. Pile number 1, I think there is something here that your heart is longing to do. And I feel like you're being called to pull your past experiences here through to this new potential, this new sort of journey that you're really being pulled to here. And maybe there is some doubt, some fear, or some hesitation. Maybe you feel like you're not prepared, or too young, or too old, or not ready, or whatever it may be. But I do feel like your heart is wanting you to explore a passion here. So let's take a look at exact steps. What precisely are you supposed to be doing here in order to attain what you want or move forward, whatever it is that you're trying to move forward? So I asked Spirit that exact question and shuffle the oracle cards. I've not looked at them. Now I will ask you to use your own intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear, to confirm indeed that this is the right pile for you. Okay, only you can do that with your intuition. And if you're called to multiple piles, there could be multiple messages for you. All right, so let's take a look. So we have shine, beautiful. I do believe this came out in yesterday's reading or the day before. I'm not sure. All the days are blending in together. So we have shine. We have world. And then we see the moon here. The moon represents our subconscious. It could represent our fears. It's also divine feminine energy. I am being called to tell you, if you were drawn to yesterday's reading, I believe it might have been pile 2. This might be confirmation for you that this message is for you. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Okay. We have impasse and the moon coming out again. Orange is the sacral chakra. We have 18, or the number 9, past life connections. You are currently healing past life wounds. Now, if you're not believing in the past life so much, it could just be past experiences. I was feeling a past experience coming through with the grandmother of love, granddaughter of life. We have the 5th house, and it says, with the trust of a child, fun, romance, and making art, do it dramatically. So the 5th house is all about romance, love, play, creativity, fertility, childlike spirit, joy, self-expression, drama. We have expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Very consistent message here. Abundance. I am a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Very encouraging. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. We have, I clear my energy field. We have the Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Oh my goodness, you guys. Your message is so beautiful. And we have the beautiful dove. We have the Sibyl. Think twice before sharing what you know with anyone except those who you know without question are ready to hear it. The Sibyl. I do want to leave it like this. Number 5. 5 is all about change. We have cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. Okay, and we have the founder, foundations, and community. We have 2 rats here, one with a sword, one with a hammer, and then we have a community here, a building in the middle. We have some thistle flowers and a bunch of clouds. Okay, and we have 29 with memory, or the number 11, or the number 2, and memory is tying back again to this whole past life or experience in the past energy coming through here. And we're getting a community of people. We're also seeing the crow. Crows fly between worlds. They're communicators, bringing messages. So let's put this right there. Now, I didn't leave a whole bunch of room here for the tarot, although I do want to pull a few, and I'm going to see if they can fit here. I'm going to ask Spirit for a clear and concise message. What precisely can pile 1 do? What are they being called to do exactly to help to move something forward or to attain what it is that they want? What are they being encouraged to do? We have the 10 of Wands, and I do feel one more. Okay, I do feel we'll be looking at these as well. So we have the Hangman and the 3 of Wands. The Hangman and the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is all about expansion. I don't know how I'm going to fit these, but I do feel I'm needing them. Okay, we have the Devil. Capricorn energy coming out, Pisces energy coming out. We have the Empress. This is Taurus energy coming out. And then we have the 6 of Cups. Oh my goodness, you guys. Where do I put these? All right, well, I'll put them here. Just know that they're here. If you cannot see them, trust that they are here. Let me just take a look at the screen. Oh, you can see them. Perfect. Okay, so what's going on? Your message, pile 1, is really clear to me. And I do feel it is tied to yesterday's reading, or the reading I did I'm pretty sure yesterday. I feel like you're being called to follow your heart, and I feel you want to follow your heart. So this is something you want to pursue. And I feel you've wanted to pursue this for quite some time. It really speaks to you. And I feel like this could either be something that is your childhood dream, but I feel it goes like beyond that. I do feel it is something that is your authentic, true core self of what you've been being guided to do here by your own soul, by your own spirit. So I feel like when we're asking what exactly precisely are you supposed to be doing, I feel like the biggest hurdle or obstacle here is a mindset that you are carrying in regards to a past experience or an understanding you have of how you are, or of something you've gone through here that is limiting you from moving forward or detaching from, in order for you to pursue this or follow your bliss, so to speak. I feel like you're needing to shift how you're seeing something. And so I feel like with the impasse card here, that potentially Spirit is putting in front of you roadblocks or obstacles in the existing path that you're on in order to divert you in some way towards a different path here. But I feel like this card talks about getting to kind of the same outcome, but taking a different path. So maybe what's going on right now is you're only seeing one sort of pathway to get to where you want. And in this pathway, there's a lot of fear because you're only limited to the path that you're perceiving it to be. And therefore, it comes with a whole bunch of doubt. It comes with either I'm not experienced enough, or I'm not prepared enough, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not whatever it is. And so I feel like all of this self-speak, you start to believe, and you start to believe that that is the only pathway or road here, and it is not. I feel like there is guidance coming for you, okay? I feel like you are being led here, but you're going to need to trust, and you're going to need to just kind of let go and allow yourself to move forward as Spirit guides you, without any sort of judgment, without any sort of doubt, or like just allow yourself to unleash yourself here. I feel like this there's a message here about also who it is you're speaking about with this dream or this desire of yours that you have, because you could have a group of people who might not be supportive of you so much, and we need to understand what their intentions might be. Is it an intention to keep you you know, in some sort of a cycle with them? Is it an energy here of someone who doesn't see the vision so much and can support you to move forward? So I do feel like there is something in your energy that needs to be cleared. So what you're being asked to exactly do right now is to really look at everyone around you and every thought that you have in regards to this. And then also to question, are you only seeing one sort of possible pathway here to what this is? And is that true? Could there be multiple ways to get here? Could it be possible that there's a way to get there that you're not even aware of that might present itself? And if so, surrender to that idea that there's multiple ways to get here. And if you do feel like there are people who are not supportive or who are on a different vibrating level who might resonate with your past energy, they might not be trying to sabotage you or hold you back consciously, but I feel like there's something here about no longer inviting these people into your energy field, no longer communicating to them what it is that you're trying to build here, to allow the roots to take hold of what you're trying to gain momentum with. Because when we start to allow other people in, they start to, if they're not vibrating at the highest level possible for a manifestation to take place, they can sabotage the growth or the momentum that we have created here. So yeah, that's with this Sybil card. So I do feel like what you're being asked here is to lay the groundwork, okay? The groundwork of what this is. And one is by being completely open and receptive to knowing that there might be alternate pathways, perspective you can take here that you're not sure and that you're open to receive. And that's all you need to do. And then lay the seeds as they come to you, as the ideas come to you, without, I feel, sharing this with other people just yet, okay? So it could be that when we start to gain momentum, our momentum is thwarted by other people, and then our own sort of self-doubt kicks in, and then any sort of momentum we had or anything that is budding sort of dies out and we feel discouraged. So you're being asked to take a look at this very precisely, okay? I do feel like a big part of the hindrance here in not allowing you to move forward is your self-speak, or your understanding that you're not experienced, or you're not ready, or that now's not the time, and that's not true, okay? And you're being asked to be very childlike in your perception here, and know that you don't know anything, and be open to receive new information that will take you to a new understanding of what this is, and it'll keep feeding you information until you can keep building momentum and plant whatever this is into fruition. This Empress power here coming through as Divine Feminine is absolutely beautiful, because the Empress is very empowered and carries everything she needs here in order to make something happen. So I feel like you are empowered. I feel like this card, it does speak about abundance, because this is the most abundant card you could pull in the tarot, and you have abundance right here. Okay, so I do feel like there is a lot of abundance here, cultivating prosperity. So I feel like either there is an understanding that abundance is here for you, but are you aware of your thoughts of knowing that you truly deserve this abundance in some way, and that you might be hitching your energy to another frequency that is contradicting this? Because I think you do know you're this Empress, but yet your actions are kind of being pulled down by others, or your own sort of self-speak in some way. And maybe this is something you've done in the past that you've outgrown, but somehow your actions need to catch up. It's kind of what I'm feeling. The devil is unhealthy things, people, situations, and could be unhealthy ways that we find ourselves in, because we are bound to something that's not allowing us to be set free. And sometimes the devil gives us like immediate gratification that we sort of settle for, but then we sacrifice our vision, and then we feel really bad because we sacrifice the piece of what we wanted for immediate gratification, or for something here that in the long run didn't result in what it was that we wanted. Okay, Six of Cups is all this innocent childhood energy, and it's reminiscent of the past. So lots of passing energy coming through here. I don't know if this is something you, like I said, once desired to do as a child, or just you have a memory here of something that comes through that might be restricting you from moving forward. Like, are you I feel like you're kind of tied to something that maybe is a part of you, but it's now time to evolve from that. Like maybe your hometown, or your relationship, or your situation, or the people you're hanging out with, or your career, or something about you feeling at home, you being dedicated to something here. And then maybe you feeling like that's where your focus and dedication should be. It's giving me heavy family energy, something we feel very motherly about and protective of and over. So are you very protective over something here that is kind of crossing the line here of devil energy, because now it's not allowing you to expand? And instead of seeing something maybe as the way you're trying to guard, protect, or support it, it might be a little bit unhealthy and needing a shift in perspective, that you can still support and that you can still do something here in a loving way that doesn't sacrifice yourself. That's coming through very strong with these tarot cards, all of them actually. So it took me a bit to get there, but I think pile one, there might be people around you that I feel you're torn with, because I think it might feel contradiction to what you want for self. And so you're being selfless in this situation. And by being selfless, you feel like that's the only way that you can be there for others, or for the situation, to provide support, to provide unconditional love, to kind of keep things afloat. Meanwhile, it's limiting your own personal growth. And I feel like what Spirit is showing here is that, look, with the trust of a child, that's what this card is all about, child innocence. So I feel like there's a need for you to turn the energy you are to from whatever situation, people, or circumstance towards yourself. Show yourself the same compassion, because right now that's where it needs to be poured. Because once you give yourself the love, then it's an overabundance, and you're able to share it with the others and the people around you. And I think you're externally diverting this energy outwards, feeling you're doing what's best here. But something doesn't feel so right. And what doesn't feel right is because a part of yourself is being sacrificed here. The part of you that knows you want expansion, that knows you want something else for yourself. Okay, so I think we are stuck in some sort of memory or dedication to the past. And so we're living in the past when our new energy is trying to pull us to the future, or at least to the present now. It's trying to pull us out of the past into the present, okay? So that we can create our future, so we can expand. I think there's something also deeper on the surface here of self to why it is you're doing this. So that's coming back full circle to asking yourself a question. Why do you feel you must outwardly do what it is that you're doing in this situation to stay selfless or dedicated to something of the past here? Does it require you to exert forgiveness to yourself, to someone else, to your situation? And I think with this comparison with other people, I think you're just, it's you in the present versus you in the past. The two people is kind of your energy that's kind of in some past experience that keeps you stuck. Yeah, it keeps you stuck. So let's pull some more tarot here, okay? We're going to pull some more tarot just to get some guidance here. We are asking for exact, precise direction from Spirit as to how you're supposed to navigate to attain what it is that you want or move something forward. So Spirit, thank you so much for this message coming through very clearly. Can we please get, what is pile 1 supposed to do exactly so they can attain what they want? What exact, precise action can they take in order to attain what it is that they want here, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much. We are truly blessed. Thank you so much. All right, pile 1. Let's take a look at what this is. Spirit, anything I am missing or they need to know? Okay. I'm going to put these over top here so you guys can see them a little bit better. So we have the 5 of Wands, conflict, but this is inner conflict. This can also be this card, okay? Surrender, comparisons with other people. Like, I feel there's other people involved. It's not quite clear to me because, I mean, this is a collective reading. You know, how these people are involved in some way, but I feel like you're also kind of choosing to involve yourself in some way to make it seem like this is the conflict. And I don't feel like there is a conflict here, except for the conflict we're perceiving to make of something or a situation that involves other people. Four of Cups. This is being bored, despondent, not interested, and rejecting in some way of what we could benefit from, because we're really focused on looking at what's sort of isn't working or the negative of the situation here. It's kind of a lack mindset when the universe wants us to expand, wants to give us the next stage in what we're supposed to be embracing, but we are sitting in an energy of looking at what did not work or what has not worked. And so our vibration is set in that level, and we're not able to break out of this energy so we can move forward and expand and grow. We have the 9 of Wands. This is the wounded warrior, somebody who doesn't give up. And it could be somebody who is very guarded here. I'm getting childhood again as she holds this little doll, or I guess it's her necklace. I don't know. No, it's a little doll. So, and all these skulls. Interesting, because again, yesterday's reading, my readings are getting very tied, synchronistic. So skulls were representing this spiritual death, okay? It's like when we have an ego death and we ascend spiritually and we start to shed parts of ourselves that no longer serve us. I feel like all of these wands are representing certain aspects of ourselves and certain things we've had to deal with in order to release certain parts that no longer serve us. So I feel like you've been working on this process, but I still feel like we saw the 10 of Wands in your first tarot spread there. This is the 9 of Wands. I feel like you're just about there, pile number 1, because I feel like you've been working towards this, but I feel like it's been quite the journey. And I do feel like you've had to part with certain aspects of yourself, certain understandings, certain ego, certain misconceptions, certain, things in your life that I feel weren't in line with you moving forward. So you might feel very stuck here, but I don't feel as though it's going to be a stuckness for long. I feel like a mindset is needing to be re-examined here. And I do feel like you have the ability to move forward with this. I feel like you need to come in contact with your inner child, okay? With the Empress, the Six of Cups. We have this card giving me inner child, this child coming through as well. And then even in this card, we had with the trust of a child. I feel like your inner child is trying to guide you in some way. And you might be fearing your inner child, what your inner child desires and what it's trying to come through as. You're trying to restrict it in some way, I feel. The Ace of Swords, this is the Ace of Truth. Having to communicate something and walk in that truth, to act in that truth, to understand something and speak, walk, and act in that higher vibration of truth. I feel like right now, your actions aren't in line with this, okay? And this also represents mental clarity and thought. I feel like you guys are needing to watch yourself speak, needing to watch your thoughts. Are they all tied up in knots here? I feel like you might be tying yourself up in knots with this big kind of knotted web in the background. And we have the Five of Wands, which is all about conflict and being tied up in knots. So I feel like you're conflicted right now. You're needing mental clarity. There is an honest truth here, and I believe you might not be wanting to see it because you're focused on something that's happened or that did not work. So I feel like there's a need to come in contact with your inner child to allow yourself to let loose so you can release this, the Chariot, forward movement. This is integrating parts of ourself, like our inner child, and parts of ourself that maybe we weren't allowing to come up to the surface, in order to integrate that, or shadow, to integrate this so that we can move forward and be successful. Okay, the universe wants to move us forward, wants us to be successful, but we have to find balance. We have to find a way to integrate our past into our present so we can move forward, so we're not hung up in the past. Chariot is Cancer energy. We have the Knight of Cups. Yes, move forward, express ourselves out of a love here, because I feel there is a deep love, a deep sense of creation, a deep desire to express yourself and show up. And I feel like you've been restricted. You haven't been allowing yourself to show up or move forward towards this thing. And we have the Five of Cups. This is feeling very sad, but we're also, again, looking at the spilt milk, at what didn't work, or being held back by something. And you see this hand coming out, pulling at the hair, keeping her kind of in place. I feel like the past memory of something here, an experience, has got your mindset looking at it and not believing like you have the ability to move forward, to press on, to succeed past this. But two cups remain here. With the Five of Cups, there's always the silver lining, but we're not seeing it because we're very absorbed in the what didn't work, like I said. But the universe is handing you this cup, and look, little birdie sitting on that cup, and we have this bird sitting on the branch. I feel like you're getting communication here, and I feel like it's right in front of you, but I don't know that you're listening. So maybe you already know this, but you've been refusing to take it or see it. But now it's getting louder and louder. I feel like the communication is louder and louder from the universe. This could be coming in form of somebody actually telling you something, or an opportunity shouting in your face about something. I feel like it's coming to you. And Spirit wants you to take action. So, what are you being called to do exactly? Well, when you get the communication, I feel like you're needing to move forward. You're needing to trust it. You're needing to detach from being guarded or seeing what didn't work or focusing on the past, or just not opening your eyes and facing towards what it is that is of value. Okay. This is what you're being called to do. Pile number one. I hope this helped. provide some clarity to you and your situation to attain what it is that you want. Let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. And I wish you guys the very, very best. I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 2. You picked the She Rides with Wild Spirit Unbroken, card 26, and this bug. And this bug is a cicada. And I do believe somebody commented that this was a cicada at one point. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And the cicada does represent transformation. It's kind of like the death card in the tarot, spiritual transformation. It's like a rebirth. It's like the phoenix rising. And coincidentally, this card is essentially the same thing. I do feel as though there's been a huge challenge. Like you've gone through something here quite significant that would break anybody. But I feel like there's a pure light inside you that's pressing forward, that's moving onwards to be reborn despite setbacks, despite any sort of experience you had here that could have held you back in some way. Spirit is guiding you to this rebirth, this spiritual change, this massive transformation in order for you to rise, for you to attain exactly what it is that you want. Pile 2, this is very beautiful energy I'm feeling for you. Now, I pulled the oracles. I've not looked at them. And what I asked Spirit here was, what exactly are you supposed to be doing, or what are you supposed to do in order to get something either to move forward or for you to attain what it is that you're wanting to attain? So very specific guidance from Spirit for you. And I do ask that you use your intuition so you can see, feel, or hear something that will confirm to you that indeed this is your message. All right, pile 2. We have innocence. And look at the wings, very, very much like the cicada wings, although they're looking more dragonfly-ish. And the dragonfly is all about seeing through the veil, seeing the illusion for what it is. Innocence. Okay, I'm getting a heavy 6 of Cups from this card as well. Inner child. We have remember, another baby here. Inner child coming through. More wings. Lots of wings. Wings represent freedom. Wings also represent being reborn, being spiritually free, going through a spiritual ascension, coming back to who we authentically are. It's coming through quite strong. We have snake. Now snakes in the spiritual symbolism represent healing, and they also represent the shedding of our old self. They represent wisdom, being able to experience something and then re-emerge from that experience as a stronger version of ourselves, and shedding anything that no longer serves us. The snake could also represent untrustworthy people or situations or circumstances around us. Let's see what we have. We have surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. We have quest. Another child here. Life's purpose. Soulmate 76. Oh my goodness. This relationship is a match made in heaven. So I have number 13, which is the death card in the tarot again. Or the number 4. And 4 is about home, roots, family, emotions, foundations, mother, children, and femininity. So children coming through again. Yes, is tied right back to child. So far I'm feeling heavy child from almost every single card we have out here, or at least half of them. Okay, so we have the second house, patiently. What you want, get what you need. Very interesting for this reading that I'm doing here, because that's exactly what we're asking Spirit. So the second house, this is all about money and work, income, daily routines, or values, material possessions, or priorities, or habits, or work ethic. Okay, we have listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Put that right beside this negative, surrender negative thinking. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. I am feeling this right here beside the soulmate card. I'll put that right there. Let's adjust these so we have space here. Okay. We have trust is my teacher with a beautiful star. Star is all about hope and healing. Can also be a symbolism for Aquarius. Okay. We have Melchizedek with higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Me heavy hermit energy, but higher learning. Yes, I do feel like there's been an experience that you've learned quite a bit from here. We have the protector, number 28, or the number 10, and it says, surround yourself with people who lift you, accept you as you are, believe in your vision and purpose, and bring out the best in you. Wow. We have cherish self. I accept and love myself. And we have the hunter, sure-footedness and predestination. My sleeves keep bumping this up. Okay, and then we have 42 with routine. Interesting, because this was all about our habits. 42 or the number 6. Routine. Okay. Where do we put this one? I'll put that right here. I hope you guys can see that. Now, I do feel tarot. I might not be able to see all of this here, but I am going to pull some, and we're going to ask Spirit for clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 2 in regards to what exactly can they do to take action here to get what it is that they want, or to help to move something forward. What precisely are they being asked to do in order to attain this? Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so, so much. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. Thank you very much. And thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I am truly blessed. Thank you. All right, let us take a look at the tarot. We have the 8 of coins. That's the 8 of pentacles. We have the 6 of pentacles. I don't want to cover this up. I'm going to put this here. We have the 9 of swords. We have the 3 of cups. And we have the wheel of fortune. Wow, wheel of fortune. Destiny. This is giving me heavy wheel of fortune as well. Lots of circles here in your reading. Okay, 3 of cups. 8 of pentacles could be the work card as well coming through here. Okay, so I feel like pile number 2, there is an energy here of almost like a lightness and an openness, that you're closing the chapter in a big significant part of your life, and that's what you're actually supposed to do right now. So I don't know what it is that you're wanting, or what you're trying to attain or move forward or strive to, but what the message showing here is in order to get to where you're needing to be, you're wanting, there's a real big sort of need to surrender to this completion and to give your complete focus on your rebirth and to be very present in this transformation, because I think this is going to require every part of you, like for you not to be distracted on things that might divert you from what you're needing to do here. And what you're needing to really do is really focus on this transformation of self and allow yourself to just be for right now. Okay, but I do feel like if you're surrounding yourself with people that are not supporting this, and you're being asked to protect your energy at whatever cost, if this means moving away or whatever you're supposed to be doing here in order to protect your energy. And so you might be doing the same old physically here, but something massive is happening energetically within you. And I think Spirit is wanting you to give yourself the love and the guidance and the acceptance from within, rather than be so solely focused or desiring that to come from the outside. Because I feel like this is the lesson you're being called to learn and experience before you can attain and move forward and get what you want. There is a huge self lesson here that's going to help you to be reborn as a beautiful star. And this is one of, you have everything within you to give you everything that you absolutely need exactly when you need it. So any sort of negative mindset, any sort of external people, relationship, situations, anything that is not aligned with your authentic vibration, Spirit is wanting you to call it out and then to act. And this might take however long it takes, but this is your lesson. This is what you're supposed to be doing right now. And so it could be easily diverted if we start to focus on external things, people and situations, and not address what we're supposed to be addressing. So we have to have our eyes wide open here and really look at who's in our life, and are they protecting us and elevating us and allowing us to ascend? I mean, they can't really allow us, but are they preventing it in some way by hindering us or our thoughts? So we want to get someplace, but we can't get there if we keep doing the same old, and that includes our mindset. Because our mindset is attached to our emotions in some way. We emotionally charge our thoughts. So if we continuously stay in the same mindset, then energetically we remain stuck in some way. And I feel like you are in the process of being rebirthed to someone who thinks differently, who acts differently, who needs different set of circumstances and support around them. And this will shift, but the shift happens internally, and I feel it is happening. And so I do feel like there are certain people here who can help support your mission here. Soulmates could be really any person here who we have a contractual agreement with karmically that we learn from, that allows us to go through a life lesson here and exactly in the way we're supposed to. But I feel like there is an ending here. An ending, or there's supposed to be an ending of connection here in some way, because I feel like you're being reborn and you're shedding. So if there are certain situations and people that you've already outgrown here, you're being asked to really listen and really look at what and who is in line with your progress here. So right now I feel like there's a lot of internal things happening with you energetically. And I feel like your external is not lined up with that just yet, because the internal is still being worked on. There's still some things you're not seeing. There's still some truths you're needing to embrace. There's still parts of you that you're still shedding. And like I said, this process could take a while, but it is moving. I feel you are being destined right now in this part of your life. I mean, you're really at the stage here where everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And it's how we take this information and what we think and make of it, how much energy we put into it, or do we divert and distract and not take each moment and make something of it. So I feel like you are predestined to get someplace. And this is probably the thing that you came here about, because your heart is pulling you to that direction. I think you know what you want. I'm getting death card from this as well. I'm also getting this taking quite some time. And I feel like good things do take quite some time. I mean, in the human world, but to the universe, it doesn't take a lot of time at all. But look at the acorns, and the acorn gets planted. It takes forever to plant, to grow an oak tree, which we see the oak leaves. So I feel like there's time that's going to be involved here. So what are you being asked to do? Be very alert and aware of what's going on right now around you, not to be preoccupied in where you're headed and where this is going, because you are getting there. You're guaranteed to get there. You're destined to get to where you want and get exactly what you want. There's nothing you're supposed to be really doing so much as in the moment what you're supposed to be doing, which is dealing with what you have going on around you right now. And I feel like there is still some energy that could be fleshed out that's around you right now. And I do feel it could be other people, or it could just be your own thoughts and your own daily habits that are in line with the past version of you. Your thoughts, past version of you, the people, past version of you. So that's what's surrounding you. So as your energy vibrates, your world around you starts to shift slowly. You don't force it. People fall away. Your mindset starts to change, because instead of having a million negative thoughts and we're very present, now we only have maybe 2. And then after a while, we're riddled with positive thoughts. And when a negative thought comes in, we can see it so clearly. It's like the elephant in the room. It's like, where did this thought come from? But sometimes when we're in this negative pattern of thinking, we don't see it, but it's still kind of there because it's our past self that's really difficult for us to detach from in some way, so we can move forward into our new self. I feel like you are on a quest here of sorts. Okay, there is this destined mission you're supposed to be on. And I feel like arms open, like you just have to be open and ready to receive. Like there is no sort of doing action you're supposed to do other than just being very present and aware of where your thoughts are and who's around you and what's aligned, and your eyes are open and you're seeing the truth. Because once you shed the light on the shadow and the darkness, it is no longer darkness, and something must be done with it. Naturally, it no longer stays in the shadow. So all you need to do is flash your light, which is be aware, be present, be embracing the truth of what you see. And when you feel a thought coming in that's not aligned with your positive self-love vibration of your new being, we say, thank you. This is part of me. This negative thought is part of me, but it is no longer aligned with what it is that I'm wanting for myself. So we accept that this is a part of us, but we don't need to listen to the negative self-speak. So the more we catch this, the more we're able to turn it into something that is truthful, that we are divine beings. We are a part of God. Okay, we are God. And so we cannot poo-poo ourselves, and we cannot say that we're not capable, and we cannot do things that keep us back, that hold us to our past self. Everything that we think needs to be in the same vibration of where we want to be. But that only comes with being very present in the moment, not thinking of the future of where we want, because that's a lack mindset. It's like, oh, I'm still not there yet, or oh, I still need this, or oh, I still need that. Then the universe thinks you're still needing something. But when you're present and whole and have everything you're needing in that moment, and sure, there's still desire here, desire to get to wherever it is that you're wanting to get to. But we say, I have desire, thank you, but I'm going to focus on all the things I have. I have gratitude here for what's going on with me. I am focused on bringing the best healing for myself right now because I am whole and complete in this moment. I have everything I need. And so we're no longer in a lack mindset. And once we do this, the negative thoughts fall away, and then we raise our vibration, and then guess what happens? We're now at the vibration of the exact same thing that we wanted. The universe no longer sees it as something that is removed from ourselves. The universe then looks at all the candidates that have been energetically vibing in that frequency to pull towards that thing, that experience, that person, that whatever it is. Okay, so I feel like you're working on your vibration right now, pile 2. I'm trying to explain this without getting too ethereal or too complicated. But what you're supposed to really do is very simple, is just being and being very present here. So I'm going to get final words here from Spirit for guidance. Anything I missed here, guidance for pile 2. Spirit, guidance for pile 2. 3 cards coming out straight away. We have the Fool. Beautiful. We have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. And the 7 of Cups. So I feel a very strong energy here of an innocent, young energy, and allowing yourself just to let things unfold. There is no need to control anything. There's just a knowing, and I feel like you're going to need to know that you're going to get to where you want to go, that it's there for you, but there's no sort of detailed action plan to get there other than just trusting the universe and being very open to the abundance that is already in your life, because I feel like you're already surrounded by abundance. So I feel there's a need to just trust things as they unfold, and this is how we become whole and complete, and this is how we become the new version of ourselves with the Ace of Cups. This is all about self-love, emotional new beginning, and I feel the new beginning is you, yourself, how you treat yourself, the vibration in which you vibrate, the love in which you give yourself, and now you become this whole new person. It's a whole new experience for you. And then the world is your option, because or your oyster. I feel like anything you can choose. Because once this is done, it's like all these manifestations will come at you, and it's just a matter of you choosing wisely. Because now you've become this individual who knows how to choose, who's no longer going to choose the lower path, or choose the negative thought, or choose the relationship that isn't enough, or the situation that makes us feel like we're not valuable. We're then going to be very wise in our decisions, and this aligns us with what it is that we are desiring. And we might not even desire it once we're there. We might open the door to all these other things that we never even saw, because at one point we might have only seen one thing that we wanted, and then we get there and like, oh my goodness, like I can choose all these things. Yes, you can. But you got to get in this sort of loving full state. And it requires a lot of self-work. And I feel like you're doing this, and you're well on your way. And Spirit is asking you to continuously do this. Protect the essence that is you. Protect your thoughts. Even if that means cutting out certain people and things in your life here that are not aligned with that vibration, then protect yourself. Don't engage. What are you ingesting? Okay, I think food and what you're ingesting, as far as here we have, you know, beverages, we have food, social media, other people, whatever it is that you're ingesting, to be very aware of it if it's in line with what you want for yourself. Okay, so pile 2, this is what I have for you guys. I hope this resonated. I love you very much, and I wish you guys the very, very best. I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 3, you guys picked card 23 with Anchor to Fly and the Standing Rabbit, which actually reminds me of the rabbit in Alice in Wonderland with the pocket watch, is actually what it's really reminding me of here. So timing could definitely be in play here. And also with Alice in Wonderland, it's all about adventure here and trusting where we're going down the rabbit hole. But I feel like with this Anchor to Fly, we might have all these thoughts, all these ideas, and a whole bunch of things kind of going on, and a need to sort of stay grounded, a need to kind of come back to earth so that we can do the earthly things that are required here in order to expand, in order to go in the direction we want. Alice in Wonderland is also about direction, so I feel there's something about direction here. Now, let's see. I have these oracle cards that I shuffled, I've not looked at, and I asked Spirit for a clear and concise message in regards to what can pile 3 do exactly in order to attain what they want, or at least move towards what it is that they're wanting to gain momentum. What are they supposed to be doing? Exact, precise guidance here from Spirit. So I will ask that you use your own intuition to what you will see, feel, or hear, so that you can confirm indeed that this is your message for you today. Pile number 3. So we have Ouija, like the Ouija board. Okay. Communicating with the ancestors. There's a lot of information here. January 19th, 1916, 1920, 1813. And then there's this William Fold, Baltimore, Maryland. Any of these things could be significant or signs for you. January 19th could be a significant date. If you're watching when I'm recording here, I'm recording in November. I do feel something significant about the winter month of January. I mean, it's winter month here, but I'm not sure if it's winter where you're at. We have Porcupine. This is also about our ancestors. This is about our culture, our beliefs, how we're raised. Like I said, communicating with past loved ones. Okay. Let's keep going. We have surrender, stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay. We have perception, the butterfly. And in the book, this maiden girl, she leaves the garden here in search of something, and I believe she walks through this gate or this door, and then it's all darkness, and then she keeps walking, kind of not knowing where she's going, and opens another door and goes back full circle to the same garden, but now this time the garden is just completely lit up and completely blossoming. I feel like something's full circle here. Same about like ancestors being full circle, or something maybe coming back for a revisit in some way that is now ready, or now, I don't know, ready to be revisited in some sort of way. We have 2 butterflies, transformation and freedom. We also have the green, which is all about the heart chakra. We have 67 with spiritual growth. And the number 13, 13 is the death card in the tarot. That's all about spiritual growth. and rebirth. You are currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. Oh my goodness. We have the planets card, Sun. Wow, I love the Sun card because the Sun is a very powerful card in the tarot. It's the most positive card in the tarot. But the Sun symbolizes source. It is certainty, it is clarity, it's joy, it's contentment, it's youthfulness, it's also empowerment. It's divine masculine energy, and it says demonstrate, realize, and act like a leader. Okay. Choice. You're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition. Eliminate everyone else's input and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. Feel your way. That's kind of what she's had to do. Feel her way. That's kind of what this Ouija board's about. It's kind of feeling, not forcing anything. We have surrender. I can release my need to control. Surrender. Stubbornness. Okay. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. This is Leo energy, and same with the Sun is heavy Leo. So I am feeling Leo. Take that as confirmation. We have you are safe here. Beautiful. Lots of purples. Purples are very spiritual because it's a crown chakra energy coming through as well. I'm feeling earth energy suddenly. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Yes, this is crown chakra energy. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Very much crown chakra energy. And we have charity, prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Pink roses, red roses. Lots of purple pinks. We have the Peacemaker with 22. Another pink flower here and lotus flowers. It says, it is time to make peace. You will get much further on your path through kind acts and words than you will by forcing things or vengeance. No forcing things, but the needs to release control. We have planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in fertile soil of my soil. Of my soul. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. Okay. We have the gambler with loss and risks. And we have 31 with mischief. 31 with mischief. Okay, I hope you guys can see this here. I know it's maybe not completely visible, but pulled lots of cards here. I am going to pull some tarot. Maybe what we can do is do this, and then we'll put the tarot at the bottom. Okay, so spirits, clear and concise message here for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What exactly can they do here in order to attain what it is that they want? What are they supposed to be doing? Thank you so much, spirits. All right. We have the Three of Swords. This is a lot of pain here. We have the Two of Wands. Choice. That's what this card is. We have Temperance. This could also be about choice because we have the Two Cups here. It's about balance. The Temperance also about healing. Okay, we have Death. That was coming through strongly with the spiritual growth. And I mean, the Ouija is talking to the dead. And we have the Four of Coins. This is tied into this Two of Wands because the Four of Pentacles is sometimes where we play it safe, or we're in our comfort zone, in our sort of safe environment where we feel like we can't choose another path that might be more rewarding, but might take some risk. Okay, it might take some risk. to choose this path, but we're hanging on to something that is old and outdated. So give me a minute to tap into what you're supposed to do here. Okay, pile 3. I think there's a little bit of self-sabotage here from this pile a little bit. I do feel like there's an energy that you encompass here that sort of spoils it for you. And I feel that this is being kind of driven from your childhood or just past sort of ways of being. It could be past lives or just something that needs to come to the surface that you need to address. And in order to address this, it will take courage, because I feel like when we look at ourselves from that perspective, we try to detach our ego and we really look at ourselves from an honest point of view and say, am I fearing what it is that I'm seeking? Because a part of me feels like maybe either I'm not deserving or good enough, or for whatever reason, there's a belief here that keeps you kind of stuck in some way. But I feel like you are shifting energetically here, whether you know it or not. And I feel like this energetic shift is making you feel very much pulled towards what you want. And I think at one point in time in your life, you might have not have seen this in the same way because you weren't ready. And so you might have walked right by it, not giving it any care, or feeling like it wasn't for you or not something you wanted, or whatever you told yourself here was coming from, I feel, an unhealed place. And so now I feel as you're shifting, as you're growing, as you're maturing, as you're kind of coming into some sort of closer awareness of your spiritual being, I think you're being fed information from spirit as to where you're supposed to be. And so I feel you are wanting to go here as well, but now there's this in-between darkness. And so you're being asked to have the courage to open that door and walk in between this short little darkness period to get to the other side, to come back to revisit what this is. Because then you can navigate in this thing as a different person who is no longer the same person you were when you were in that experience. And I hope you can follow, and I hope this is resonating for your situation. But what you're being asked to do is open the door to the unknown within self. Because I feel there's a big part of yourself here that needs to be looked at. And until this gets looked at, you're unable to move forward, or at least enjoy what this is, or vibrate at the same level, or get the outcome that you're wanting. It requires you to transform to the same level of the thing that it is that you want, the person that it is that you want, or the situation that it is that you're trying to align with. Because I feel like right now you're in some other planet, so to speak, because you're not maybe vibrating at the same level. The vibration you have here is past energy of some sort of way of being that you might have been very used to because it was comfortable, because it made sense. It made sense to hang out maybe with things that supported our lower vibration. And so I feel like there is a stubbornness coming from you, instead of just surrendering and saying, yeah, I do need to look at me. Being empowered, coming into divine masculine type energy here. And you don't have to be male, but divine masculine takes the power in their own hands to say, I am being stubborn, or I am holding on to some old way of being or some situation here because it gave me comfort. And just recognizing it. And by recognizing it, we put awareness on it. And when we put awareness, like I said for pile 2, we're shedding a light in an area that might be very dark. And once you shine light there, it's no longer dark. And then we come to the other side of the door and we open it up, and now we're there quicker than we thought. The timing isn't right now, pile number 2, and it will be right if you do what you're supposed to do, because I feel the timing is you're supposed to follow this rabbit. The rabbit's trying to guide you, but I think you might be fearful of following this rabbit because you're not sure where it's going to lead you. And you see the rabbit going through the dark hole, but that's exactly where you're supposed to go. This is the change. This is the spiritual growth. This is the shadow work. This is trusting in the download from spirit. When you see the divine rabbit here in front of you, the opportunity to follow it, to take that. The download's going to come to you and say, do this, do that. And instead of maybe doing the same old and not doing it, or saying, yeah, no, I'm going to be stubborn, or I'm going to do what I've always done, then you miss it. So the planting of the seeds, I think what you want, you can certainly sow. I think it's going to take some time because right now they're seedlings that need to be planted. So when you come back to this garden, it blossoms. And I don't think it's going to take as much time as you think. It's only going to take as much time as you give it to walk through this dark doorway to get back to this garden once it's blossomed. And when you're in that period of time, I mean, time is a construct. It's going to be a blink of an eye, but you need to resolve whatever this is here. And so I feel like you're being called to pray, to connect with your spiritual beings and ancestors and guidance, and you shall ask and you shall receive, which is what it says, because I feel like you are going to receive something here. But we need to be very open to the idea that our vibration and our energy here is maybe stuck to something that wasn't in line with the place we wanted to go. I'm getting a lot of self-sabotage energy here, okay? And maybe we're listening to other people, hanging out with other people, and paying attention to distractions and just things here, instead of looking at ourselves. And I think this is why we distract, because it's easier to focus on things that fill the void rather than just removing the distractions, looking at the void, getting through to the other side and being free of it, being very, very free of it, because we shine the light. And once the light is there, the darkness can no longer guide us, which does take courage. Okay, but I feel like you are being asked to do this work, because I feel like there is a lot of suffering and pain that you can experience here from sitting indecisive. Here you have 2 swords in her. The 2 of swords are all about indecision, having to take action, needing to make a choice and follow that path. That's what this is, and having a choice. So I feel like you're sitting on a choice, and the longer you sit, the more pain. And so you have the truth with you, but I think instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing with the truth, you're just hurting yourself more and more with this truth. And that means sabotaging self or doing whatever sort of pains to self here, instead of taking that sword and flipping it and saying, I'm going to use this truth. I'm going to use this in a different way now, because it's going to keep repeating and hurting, rather than facing forward towards the darkness with that sword, making the active choice to choose this. And I feel like she's cutting off her own wings. So you're cutting off your own freedom, your own liberation here. It's going to set you free if you turn that sort of truth around and deal with an indecision or make a choice here. Because I feel you're sitting idle. I feel you're not wanting to let go of something, or you're playing it safe and you're not wanting to risk, or you're seeing something as how you've always been and that's how it's going to be. And you're telling yourself stories of the past that are no longer your energy here, okay? This is who I am. This is what I've done. This is how it's got to be. And This is how I was raised, and this is what I was going to support, and these are my values of what it was at one point in time, but it's no longer serving you and it's leaving you hurting. And so when your actions, pile number 3, are hurting you, like your daily actions, your habits, your routines, what's going on around you is hurting you, is that a value, a tradition, a belief, an ideology that is good for you? And you could say, well, I just do exactly as it was that I was encouraged to do here, but it's causing you pain. It's not leading you to the promised garden of where you want to go, the thing that you came here about, that you said you want. That's why you're watching this reading, or else you wouldn't be here watching this reading at this point if you didn't want what this was. So which do you want more? Which do you want more? Pile number 3. Do you want to remain in some sort of lack mindset, some sort of past energy, some sort of need to control something or sabotage something or a belief of something that is not serving you? Or do you want to let yourself go with this beautiful thing that you can return to that will flourish? So your message is to come back to this thing, because I think it's there already, but I think you're not getting what you want from it, or it's not doing what it needs to do for you right now, and you're thinking it needs to move, or you're thinking, yeah, like obviously you're here because there's something you want it to move, or you want to know what you need to do to get it going or to attain it. And the thing is, it's already there. It's already there, but it's not in the energy that you need it to be for you, because you're not in the energy that is required for you to even see it. You're in some other dimension, pile 3. And this dimension is old. It's tired. It's over and done with. Okay, and I feel like you feel the news coming in, the new energies coming in. You're being called to do this. You're being called to peek behind the veil here of the truth. Walk behind the door and see what the truth is here. Okay, it's going to take courage. Look, she's hanging on to this. She's about to open the door. She's about to pull back the curtain. It takes a lot of courage to shine that light, to see what we're going to see when we look at the skeletons behind there. But I don't think it's going to be that fearful. I think it's going to be liberating. I think it's going to set you free from the pain. Because I think there's pain right now. And look, more shadows here hiding in the dark. You have shadows, pile 3, of the past. And I think you're hanging on to these shadows as some comforting thing. But the thing that you cling on to is the thing that you need to let go of. Okay? And only you can do this. And it might feel like a big risk. And that you have this big loss if you took this big risk. But the only thing you risk to lose is the pain. Is the mindset that's holding you back. And you can miss out on what it is that you're wanting here. And that's the risk you're willing to take, is to lose out on something here that I feel you want in order to maintain in pain. To continue being stubborn. To have some sort of control that you need. To remain distracted. To remain with things that don't matter. That are, I feel, causing you more pain. People and things that aren't supporting you. That don't make you feel good. That make you feel on edge. You don't feel very comfortable here, pile 3, although you might have been in this environment for some time, so it becomes kind of your normal. It's your thermostat here. I feel like you feel like it's normal, or it's safe, or it's comfortable, or it's something here, but you know it's also not right, because you're being pulled to something greater and more expansive and more abundant and more fruitful, and you fantasize or you dream about a better way of being, so you're being called to follow this, but instead of doing it, you're looking at all the things that are keeping you in the same energy. I know I sound like I'm yelling when I do these. I'm not yelling. I'm just getting very much into the explanation of this, because I feel like you can do this. Pile 3. I'm going to ask for final words here of guidance for you. I love you guys very much, and I feel that you can certainly do this, and I feel like you're kind of right at that threshold. You have your hand on the door, and you are hesitating, and you're hesitating here because I feel there's a need to connect to your heart chakra, because when we have shadows, there's sometimes blocks in our hearts. We have shadows we need to look at. So Spirit, what am I missing here? Final words of guidance for pile 3. Anything that needs to be clarified that's going to give them some exact information that they need in order to move forward here. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy. Yes, I was feeling that. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. We have 9 of Wands. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. I do feel a bit more here. The 4 of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Temperance coming out again. We have the King of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. And we have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, I was getting lots from that anchor to fly. There's some idolized thing you want here. I feel like it's a beautiful garden. I feel like it's, it seems like a fantasy, like you'll never attain it. It seems like a distant thing for someone else that's, might have been just a dream, emotional fulfillment and bliss here. I feel you really want this. Maybe it's a family. Maybe it's like coming together with a loved one, or just experiencing some divine experience here that is going to bring you emotional fulfillment. And I feel like you feel like an outsider here. And I do feel your energy feeling like an outsider. So I think you have some sort of stability. I feel you have some sort of structure. I feel like you're pretty solid as you are. And so you're hanging on to this because it is solid and comfortable and familiar. But I see this anaconda snake in the background, and it looks like it's ready to attack or come from behind and sneak up behind her. And all the things she thought she was stable and secure won't matter once we start getting attacked. So I feel like, and I'm not saying you're getting attacked here, but symbolically here or metaphorically, I really feel like you feel in one with your environment or something here that you're giving a lot of weight to. And as we know spiritually, in order to ascend, we cannot attach ourselves to certain things, lifestyles and beings, and because out of control, because I feel like there's a sense of control you have of safety by being in your environment, and it gives you that feeling. But I feel like that exact thing is going to be turned on its head and needs to be turned on its head. So what do? Well, you realize if you're hanging on to something here at the expense of what could be, that is where you're stuck. And so you came here for what exactly you can do. Notice that you're attached to some sort of security or some identity or something here that you feel is giving you safety, but it's providing you the opposite. So it keeps things out, excuse me, keeps things out. It keeps you blocked from getting to, you know, to home, to the actual safe place here. Because I feel like there is a place that you're supposed to be going here. And so I feel like it's going to take massive spiritual transformation. All these skulls talking about the death and rebirth process, and look at all these wands. So I feel like you're having to shed a bunch of things in order to go home. And I see a rooster tail here, and a rooster is all about being empowered. This is giving me divine masculine energy. We have to be empowered to move, to allow ourselves to shed, detach from things, go through a spiritual process. There's a hair in my nose. So how do we do this? Well, we make the choice to do this. The 2 of coins. We saw the 2 of wands, and I was seeing the 2 swords there in the 3 of swords, which is talking about indecision. The 2 of coins is all about a decision that has to be made. And we're going back and forth, and we're not quite sure. And so it could feel kind of turbulent, and we could be in this energy for quite some time because we're needing to decide. But we're too busy clinging on to something that's giving us a false sense of stability or security, when it really could just be flipped on its head at any moment, at the expense of missing out on something that I feel you can be enjoying. So again, this beautiful Ace of Cups, which is giving ourselves the love, by being aware of where we're emotionally invested. And are we happy? This is emotional new beginning. Or are we just guarded and feeling a false sense of safety and security? But are we emotionally happy? Then saying goodbye to expansion of something that could be greater, that can go from an Ace of Cups to a 10 of Cups. Because I feel you want to experience this. So you have to surrender. You have to let go of the pentacle realm, and you might be hanging on to something physically that's going on in your practical world at the expense of your emotional happiness. You know, I am safe in this home. I am not wanting to move. I am not ready to give up this financial security or this wealth or this, whatever this thing is, in order to experience emotional happiness and bliss. But you are ready to experience this. There's something that you're doing again to sabotage this because of like I said, something that you've always done in a certain way, that you've built over time, that you're secure, that you're stable about, that you have some ideology about, that means something to you, but it's no longer doing a service. So I feel like you're needing to really take a look at what the universe is handing you here with this beautiful Ace of Cups in the background. Is trying to get your attention here, but instead you're focused on the security. You're focused on the things that you've always done and always got what you got because you were always focused on those things. So Spirit wants you to embrace a Knight of Wands. Go after it. Go after your passions. Pile 3, the Knight of Wands is quick moving energy. It doesn't stop at anything to explore, to see what will come of what. And usually the Knight of Wands ends up having exactly what it is that they want, because they risk it all in search of that experience. So I do feel like this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing, because the Temperance is what sort of energy you're supposed to be encompassing in order to come face to face with your environment so you can alchemize an outcome that you want. So you have to be in a certain energy to mix with whatever energy you're dealing with. And in this case, I think the thing you want is requiring you to be in a certain energy that you're not quite embracing. And that energy is one that explores, one that releases, one that has fun, not one that's safe and secure and held back and safe, or appearingly safe. One that takes risks, one that is full of passion, fire, desire, forward moving. That's what this Temperance is about. One that then heals from looking at shadows, from seeing, why am I held back? Why do I feel safe? And then graduating from this Ace of Cups, which is, you know, this emotional new beginning, to this mature King of Cups, and feeling a lot of divine masculine from this reading. This King of Cups is a very mature king when it comes to understanding his feelings and his emotions. He doesn't shy away from it. I mean, he might have a difficult time when it comes to what he can do with his emotions, but he doesn't shy away from it. He becomes one with it. He's very aware of how deep he loves. He's one of the kings that loves the deepest. Very much soulful energy I'm feeling here from a very deep place. Okay, we're seeing lots of cups, King of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. I feel like there's so much love here you have for whatever this is, whoever this is. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, but we gave up before we even got going. We feel like we're going to give our dedication and our energy towards something that is no longer fueling us. It is something that I feel is old news. Instead of putting the energy and the effort into what does fuel us, what does give us passion today, we're ignoring what gives us passion, fueling that, and we're just giving up. And then we feel sad about it with the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, and we look at what we don't have. Okay, 5 of Cups, there's always a silver lining, because the 2 cups stand behind and we're crying over spilt milk, because we can get out of this mindset. We can walk through that gate. Okay, I hope this made sense to you guys. Pile number 4, that's what you're being asked to do if you're wanting to go towards whatever it is that you want. And I love you very much. Leave a comment if this resonated. I will see you soon. Bye.